Cable Bahamas has always been considered the innovator.
People can have confidence in Cable Bahamas as a mobile operator because of our past history. We've proven to the Bahamian community that we are in fact able to manage additional services as a telecommunications company.
Customers expect the best from Cable Bahamas.
The technology that we bring is revolutionary technology because we know that the Bahamian public, they deserve it, and Cable Bahamas is here to bring it to them.
We are ready. Turn us on.
The DPM says he's ready for the job of Prime Minister. Alfred Sears eyeing Andre Rawlings' Fort Charlotte seat. Plus, as a murder count hit 71, police and Defense Force officers hit the streets. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Vonique Toot and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis declared today he is ready for the job of Prime Minister. His comments come 2 days after Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe revealed he would like to be leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, and months before the party holds its convention. However, Davis made it clear his plans are dependent on what Prime Minister Perry Christie does. And why do you think you'll make a good Prime Minister?
I'm ready for the job.
And what do you think you'll bring to the table?
Me.
If Prime Minister Christie decides to step down, his deputy Philip Davis made it clear today he is more than ready to lead the Progressive Liberal Party. Davis was asked about his political aspirations outside cabinet 1 day after Tall Pines MP Leslie Miller called him the PLP's go-to man and asserted he is the best person to lead the party. The deputy prime minister said while he appreciates Miller's support, his hopes of becoming party leader depend heavily on whether Christie plans to seek another term.
Well, I'm warmed by his support.
Do you have any plans for the upcoming convention?
I have plans?
Yeah.
Well, my plans are dependent on what the Prime Minister does.
So if he does step down, will you be vying for leadership?
It depends on what he does.
It depends. And there are only two options, so either or there's...
Whatever those options are, I'll be. If there's a vacancy, I'll be there.
Has Mr. Christie indicated if he'll be running again to you or to the party?
Not yet.
It remains unclear if Prime Minister Christie will stay or go. In January, he revealed that he would need a compelling reason to stay on as leader of the PLP, adding he promised his family that 2012 would be his last election. When asked what he would bring to the table as PLP leader, Davis replied, "Me," but did not elaborate, insisting it's a question he'll hold off on answering until the party's top post actually becomes available.
No, I don't want to. I would like not to discuss that now because the vacancy is not there. And when the vacancy is there, then I'll talk about those things.
However, Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe, who is also eyeing the leadership post, said he fully expects Christie to stay on.
Well, we're working on the premise that Christie's going to stay. We're working on the premise that we have work to do and that we want to complete our work.
So when do you hope to become leader if he's going to stay?
And we believe that what's imperative is we have to continue our agenda, and at the appropriate time he will indicate to us what he wants to do. What we must do, who have interest, is constantly prepare ourselves and constantly get the knowledge and experience that's required to step in if the opportunity provides.
On Sunday, Wilshcombe said if the door opens for him to be prime minister, he would take it. However, Leslie Miller suggested Wilshcombe has no chance. Well, the tourism minister says he can change Miller's mind.
That's democracy. That's democracy. At the end of the day, I'm hoping that if the opportunity comes, I can convince the brother. He's a good guy. We work together. We served in the cabinet together. We have many exchanges on many issues. So hopefully one day I'll get an opportunity to prove to him that I deserve his support.
PLP Chairman Bradley Roberts has confirmed the PLP will hold its convention in the last week of October at the Million Nassau Beach Resort on Cable Beach. Meantime, former Fort Charlotte MP Alfred Sears said today he is considering re-entering frontline politics in that constituency and suggested he would be open to taking on a leadership position within the party if one opens up. Sears, who was responding to questions from NB12, said he may run on the PLP's ticket in the upcoming general election in the Fort Charlotte constituency. Dana Smith reports.
Replacement for embattled Fort Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rollins could be found in former parliamentarian Alfred Sears, who said today a return to frontline politics is not off the table.
Yes, it has been placed on the table, and it's been a great privilege of me to serve the community of Fort Charlotte. And I can tell you one thing, I could never have been the Member of Parliament for 2 consecutive terms were it not for the support not only of members of the Progressive Liberal Party, but FNMs, people from the DNA, and I tried to serve the community.
In the wake of Rollins' exit from the party, PLP Fort Charlotte branch chairperson Donna Moxey said in a statement, "It's no secret Sears was well loved by his constituents, and the branch would gladly welcome another opportunity to work with Sears."
Well, I've indicated to the party that I will assist in any way that I can. As you know, I would have worked with Mr. Rollins to assist him in being elected, and I think he's a talented person, and I certainly wish him well.
PLP Chairman Bradley Roberts confirmed yesterday the PLP will hold its convention in the last week of October. The party hasn't held one since 2009. Roberts' revelation came after Tourism Minister Obi Wilchcombe said he's ready to lead the party if the opportunity arises. Meanwhile, Tall Pines MP Leslie Miller has voiced his support for Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis as leader, suggesting Wilchcombe has no chance. Although Prime Minister Barry Christie has said he's in the twilight of his political career, he hasn't definitively stated whether or not he's ready to go. When asked if he has any leadership aspirations, Sears explained, although he wouldn't rule it out, it's not on his agenda.
I think I would have to consider it if it's offered and if it's available. Of course, one would consider and make a decision based on the best contribution you can make. But certainly it isn't something at this time that I'm preoccupied with.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Dana Smith.
In other news, dozens of police and Defense Force officers visited Kemp Road today in a continued effort to reach residents of inner-city communities. Kyle Joaquin tells us more.
This area has seen its fair share of violent crime over the past few months, and it's with that in mind that police decided to take to the streets and make their presence felt through Kemp Road. Some ran inside while other residents of Kemp Road seized the opportunity with law enforcement officers. This area is no stranger to crime, and many people who call it home say they're glad to see police without there having to be a body. Police went door to door speaking with residents, some of whom were just happy to have some company.
We all right, but let's get down.
Nobody taking my picture.
All right, that's fine. You know, you look good.
I got all my teeth.
Yeah, you look good. But we just want to make sure that you're safe. That's why we're here. To make sure that you're safe and things are going well with you.
You all don't know Hubert G.A. on the radio.
We have with him. Yeah.
That's my son.
That's your son?
You're
free what now? Okay.
I was a...
Anthony Curtis grew up in the area but has watched it change for the worse, where young men take a gamble if they walk from their house to the end of the corner.
And I just want everybody to know, without the officers, we ain't have no country, and I want the officers to know too. When we call on them, quick they respond to us because the murder can stop as we call, they should come as we call. Different from that, don't come when the person and there or something done happen. They ain't waking. If something happened to my police officers and I there, it happened to me. And I want the police officers to be the same way that everybody.
Police carried out a similar walkabout in Yellow Gardens last week, which was followed by several roadblocks and the arrest of several individuals. Head of the police arm of Urban Renewal, Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean says criminals should get used to seeing officers in their area, as they're not going to be easing up anytime soon.
I can tell you, we have seen the figures went down. We have seen community more happy, a feel-good spirit in the community. Community welcome this type of present. This will be sustained. This is not a one-day walkabout. This will be sustained in the area, and that's what we're doing in this area. We must put down the guns. The guns are causing tremendous hardship, serious harm to our young men, wiping out our young men, causing families with agonies and pain. So we believe that if persons could turn in those weapons, give us information. They don't have to give no name. They could call in anonymously. They can come to someone that they trust. We need to get the firearms off the street.
And with the murder count having already surpassed 70 for the year, Dean says residents of New Providence can expect more police showing up in their areas in the near future. Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.